We just watched Boy Kills World, starring Bill Skarsgård, and it was a ton of fun. It is an action comedy thriller kind of movie, very comic booky. Was very reminiscent to Kick-Ass, that franchise, with some mixtures of sort of like an Evil Dead vibe. Sam Raimi was a producer, but I don't think that was the influence. I don't think he influenced the movie. I think that was sort of an afterthought based on the tone of this movie. But it was really fun. It's a revenge type movie that has a lot of humor. I think they balance the humor with the action, with like the seriousness of it pretty well. There were some parts where the jokes weren't landing as hard for me. And got a little cheesy, I'd say, in the first third or quarter of the movie. I was like, oh man, this is going to be just an absolute cheese fest. But the story itself is pretty fun. There's a lot of like kind of twists and turns, so it keeps you pretty engaged in the movie. The characters are really good. Bill Skarsgård plays somebody who's, well, I can't really give it away, but his performance I thought was really, really solid, even though it was a sort of weird movie for somebody who... My presumption is a high caliber actor at this point after the success of It and all of that franchise. What saved that movie though is the fight scenes. The choreography is just so fun. The action is really creatively shot. A very elaborate fight scenes, well choreographed, sort of very like kung fu movie type of a feeling to it. And yeah, there was a lot of action scenes that actually had the use of, as far as I can tell, you can never be totally sure, but as far as I can tell, they were using some FPV drone shots to kind of get these really quick swooping shots around the action, and I thought that was a really unique use. It's the first time I've ever seen it. I'm sure it's been used in that context in other ways, but that was the first time I'd ever seen that. So yeah, I mean, is the movie good? I mean, it was kind of cheesy, but it was super fun. I think it's pretty self-aware, it's not trying to be anything, super serious. And I think the tone of the movie helped some of the stuff that was like a little bit hard to believe, just because it wasn't supposed to be terribly serious. It's more funny in the first half than the latter half, but, yeah, I highly recommend it. I mean, if you're a fan of like the Jackass franchise, I think is a really great movie to watch. If you're somebody who's just kind of a fan of like sort of kung fu comic booky type violence, it's really fun. The Sam Raimi style, to reference the violence, is very almost funny because it's so over the top. So it was good. There's a lot of kind of cringy graphic moments. It is very graphic. But that's kind of the point. Like, it's supposed to be a little bit over the top graphic. So I'd highly recommend it. I would give it definitely like a 7 out of 10 for me. I don't think I would watch it again, but it was very fun. Yeah. And the tone was really, really kind of different. It was refreshing to see. What I think is going to be different to a movie that is also on my watch list of Monkey Punch, I think it was called, that I wanted to see in theaters. Something tells me these two movies are going to be really similar, but I haven't really seen the other one to know for sure. So, yeah, 7 out of 10. Boy Kills World. I recommend it. I think it's definitely something you should watch. It's different. It's fun. It's cool. So,